Hey, beautiful. Welcome to the Not Another Mom podcast. It's time to take that mom hat off because this is after hours and I'm making you off the clock. This podcast is here to help you know your worth because damn girl, you're a goddess who deserves to live the life of your dreams. I'm your host, Lesley Sprague, and we talk everything from manifesting to motherhood. Yes, those little monkeys will still creep in here or there. Spirituality to girl talk with your besties, and from business to finding that balance in life. I'm here to remind you that you are worth it. Life gets to be easy for you, and your dreams really can come true. So grab your favorite glass of wine, craft beer, or if you're a whiskey and diet kind of girl, grab that and let's get this show on the road. Hey everybody, and welcome to the Not Just Another Mom podcast. I am your host, Lesley, and I am so freaking excited that you are here with me this week because I was insanely inspired to talk as we are so close to Halloween, to talk about not really Halloween per se, but witches and tapping into our witchy vibes. And that leads me to we're gonna go into some history first. So as you may have learned, or maybe you study it, but back in the day, like way back, and perhaps maybe you've even had a past life as a witch. I actually knew, I released a past life regression from myself where I was burned at the stake for talking or stepping into my witchy power. And so that in this lifetime translated to me being scared to step into myself fully and fully let that shine because I was judged so much in that previous life patterns. Those life patterns can come with us through lifetimes until we are ready to fully let go of that. So as history has taught us, people were afraid of witches and they were afraid of their power. So they shunned them. They burned them at the stakes. They hung them. They did all those horrible things that we learned about in movies or in different formats. But what I'm here to tell you today is tap into your fucking witchy power. Tap into that power within you. We all have this amazing ability to create and manifest from ourselves and our power, and that comes from inside us. We bury it down deep and think that the answers are outside of us, but we have these abilities. You have the ability to create your future. You get to fucking create your future. But we have to tap into those abilities within ourselves. And I think that is freaking magnificent. You get to create whatever the fuck it is you want to do in your life. And I'm just so excited to be with you on this journey. Okay. That being said, I haven't done a card reading yet for you this month. So what better way to allow you to step into your power more than with a powerful card reading? So we are actually, and I'm calling it a card reading today because this is actually a 5-card spread. Usually my spreads are a 3-card and they're only from my tarot card deck. However, today we are using my tarot cards and my Oracle card deck. So there's kind of like a combo here. And it's all about tapping into your power, girlfriend. Tap into that witchiness inside you. I am starting to embrace my inner witch more and more. And that comes as like, I like to, say like witch, bitch, same thing, but it doesn't have to be like bitch in the traditional sense. But anyway, that's just a ramble thought for you. Anyway, let's dive into this reading. I am so excited. The cards, and I can't wait to read the messages. The cards are absolutely ridiculous. Okay. So the first card we have pulled is the Five of Pentacles. So this is all about lack, hardship, and over speculation, as well as manifestation. So this card answers the question, how can I shift this challenge by reaching out for help? Are there any burdens or pains that need my attention? Okay. The Five of Pentacles speaks of clouded states of disharmony or loss that appear through misfortune. This may also indicate an actual state of illness, a lack of finances, or a feeling of rejection that leaves us deflated or scorned. Very often, these painful phases corrode a lasting impression on our spirit, slowly depleting our sense of security or peace. Over time, if we continue to dwell in this void, we may end up accumulating feelings of helplessness and victimhood, and may become codependent on others. Know that despite the hardships you may be experiencing, there is still hope and support available. You have the power to come out of this situation in a new and positive light. Help may be closer than you think. There is a friend, a loved one. Is there a friend, loved one, or a person you trust whom you can reach out to at this time? So this is like talking about just exactly that right now, like you feel a little uncertain, but this card is showing you that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and to keep going and follow that path, step into that power. And whether you need to like lean on to those that you trust so that you can, instead of walking on shaky legs, you can walk in solid steps. Beautiful, beautiful messages. Okay, so the next one is the Ace of Cups. And this card is about intimacy, awakening, love, friendship, and celebration. What a nice segue into the from the last card. How can my heart inform my intuition and bliss? This is the question that this card is answering. How can I celebrate and rejoice with my soul family? Okay. The Ace of Cups is a powerful symbol brimming with the deepest waters of eternal heart consciousness. This archetype is rooted in ancient Grail lore, which has been shared throughout many lineages. It describes the ultimate path of love, a complete and courageous surrender as we are initiated into the deeper mysteries of our soul. When this key shows up in a reading, it marks a blissful phase of new beginnings and powerful activations that stir within you. Oh my God, I'm so excited. These may be internal or external marking points, pivotal sparks of wisdom and awakening. or soul kinship and love that ignites a deep instant recognition. This potent message also echoes the psychic wisdom that flows through you, encouraging you to trust its voice, for it speaks with a fluency of the ancient language and lineage of your spirit. Oh my God, you guys, I have fucking chills right now because, like, ancient lineage of your spirit, stepping into your fucking power. And we're also tying this all in with Halloween and fucking witches. Halloween was celebrated. Like, I researched this a little bit beforehand just to, like, so I could speak on this. And Halloween is a sort of celebration for witches. And I feel like I'm butchering my description of this, but they celebrate their psychic energies. And I'm going to butcher it, so I'm just going to end there. I switched to look at the article I had pulled up, and if I really focus and read on it, I'm going to lose myself in reading that, and you guys will just have blank space. So we're going to just stop that right there. Look up, like, Halloween and witches if you want to explore that further and what this means. But it's time. It is time for you to step into your power and bring forth the power from all of your past lives. Bring forth the power and the strength of the witch, the magical abilities. Oh my God, it's time to make that magic happen for you, girlfriend. Okay. Next is, this is still from my tarot card deck, is the Queen of Swords. So this card is about independent, perfectionist, articulate, and impartial. It answers the questions: how can I connect my strength of discernment? How can I connect with my strength of discernment? How can I look at things objectively with compassion? Okay. So the Queen of Swords is able to see through illusion and deception, speaking their truth at any given time. Highly perceptive, analytical, and straightforward. They embody a deep maturity that it is always becoming more refined, gleaning their wisdom through trial and error. Not particularly emotional or sensitive type, this queen connects deeply through her own sharp intellectualism with others. When they are on your side, they are extremely loyal and supportive. Despite their apparent coldness, they are aware of the importance of your bonded connection. This card encourages us to think objectively while attuning our own mental strength to make any decisions at this time and to approach our challenges without emotional ties. So amazing. Like, we often let our emotions steer our ship, and we forget to really stand in our power. Because when we take that moment before we make a decision, for example, when we take that moment to ground yourself, center yourself, and then go forth in that place, from that place, you are a much stronger person. We are here for a human experience, and we experience human emotions, and they are here to teach us. But we need to also stand in our own strength and make choices from that place. So another amazing card reminding you to stand in your power before making those. And in some senses, like I feel like it's a little bit about unattachment, being unattached to the outcomes and relationships of others as well. It's got a little, this card for me personally also really like applies to what's going on in my life right now. And I also was laughing internally as it was talking about like the coldness of what I've shut the book, lost the page, but it talked about a coldness of this queen, and I recognized myself in her, because there are very much sort of two sides to me. And when you see a different side of me, I am matching energies. So some people might say that I am a warm and fuzzy, loving person, but somebody else might say that I'm a cold-hearted asshole. And both are true because I am matching energies. So, okay. Now we are switching our card deck, and we are going to the, I've used this card deck before, but it's been a while since I pulled it out. This is my Work Your Light Oracle card deck by Rebecca Campbell. She is the same artist who has done my card deck from my tarot cards, and they are freaking gorgeous, you guys. Okay, so this card is called Play, and it says have fun, celebrate, and don't be too serious. So I'm just going to read you the little excerpt from the guidebook. Stop taking life too seriously. How often do we do this? We're meant to have fun. We are meant to have fun in our life. So your spirit needs to have some fun. The more you play, the more inspiration will flow. I'm going to read that again. The more you play, the more inspiration will flow. We often think that we need to work ourselves to the bone in order to be quote unquote successful, but it's quite often the opposite. The more you play, the more your inspiration flows, and that's where the magic happens. Take some time out to do something without being attached to the outcome. Going back to that Queen of Swords card. You are being called to rest and play, to learn to have more fun. Do something that makes you laugh. This is the best medicine around. I recently, one of my things that I do when I'm not working is I go down a TikTok rabbit hole, and I send TikToks to my friends, and I have heard many times, actually, my one friend, Brittany, had said she realized that she hadn't laughed all week. And I 100% agree with laughter is the best medicine, because she had this like intuitive nudge to go check TikTok. And I had sent her a butt ton of funny shit on TikTok, and she said she hadn't laughed that hard all week, and that just made my day, like to make her laugh. Anyway, so call up a friend that you can be silly with. Take your inner child on a date. What? Question. If you were to take your inner child on a date, what would you do? I'm going to put that on Instagram. So if you want to answer it, maybe when you're listening, it might be gone, but let me know, regardless if the question box is in my stories or not. Send me a DM. What would your inner child, where would you take your inner child on a date? The more you switch off your mind, the more room your spirit has to whisper and guide. How much shit do we have in our minds at any given time? The more room when you switch your mind off, and this can also lead into talking about meditation, and the more room your spirit has to whisper and guide. If our mind is so overwhelmed with thoughts and worries or anything, how are we going to be able to hear those guides from source? When we do things without being attached to the outcome, ideas, clarity, guidance, and solutions have the space to drop in. The left and the right hemispheres of the brain can begin talking to each other. Quite often, there can be that disconnect. So make play a compulsory part of your day. This is even saying to schedule it. Spend more time doing things just because you love to do them. Just because they bring you joy and light you up. If you follow what lights you up, you will light up the world without even trying. For when you are lit up, you are in your spirit. And when you are in your spirit, you fall into a flow with life. How many times are we trying to go against the grain of life? How many times are we trying to force things to happen? How do you play? What do you do to have fun? And what lights you up? If you have been working hard lately, it's time to celebrate how far you have come and all that you have achieved. Don't rush on to the next thing. Take a moment to throw a party, go on a vacation, or have some fun. How important was this message, you guys? Oh my God, I'm loving this spread. The last and final card to help you step into your witchy power and your power in your life is Break the Chain. Ancestral patterns, healing, and rewriting the future. This is your calling. You get to rewrite the future. Tap into those ancestors, your lineage, and pull the energy through, heal it, let that hurt go, and rewrite your motherfucking future. You are being called to heal your family line or free yourself from living the life of your ancestors. This could mean letting go of an old pattern of your maternal or paternal line, healing trauma from the past that is not even yours, or observing old ways of being that no longer serve you. We carry emotional trauma in our luminous field for up to 7 generations back. I'm going to read that one again. We carry emotional trauma in our luminous field for up to 7 generations back. Do you know how far back that is? That is huge. This is why family patterns can be the hardest to break. Often, they are not even ours to begin with, but we do not know another way of being, so we continue playing out the drama. The thing to notice when ancestral healing comes up is that you cannot heal another person, but your own healing can cause another person to choose to heal. This brings me up to like the thoughts of forgiveness. Quite often when something really bad happens in your life and it's related to another person, you're like, I'm not fucking forgiving them for what they did. It's not about healing the other person. When you learn to forgive someone, it's about letting it go for yourself. You are not excusing what they did or what happened. You are choosing to let it go from yourself so that you can heal yourself. Allow yourself to be alleviated of that burden and let it go so that you can step forward and take those steps from a lighter space. That was my little rant on forgiveness. Energy is freed up. Just what I said. Okay. You are being guided now to look back, to look at your life and decide how you want it to be. You get to decide how you want your life to be. Nobody else. You. What ways of being or patterns are you ready to free yourself from now? What part of your future do you want to rewrite? By changing today, you are rewriting what your future says. You are rewriting your future self by choosing to do it today. Now is the time to shake them off and dream a new future into being. I feel like if I had a microphone, that would be like the mic drop moment. Like, enough said. Da, da, da. If you are being called to heal your past, to step into your freaking power, this is exactly where I help my clients. I help my clients through energetic alignments and one-on-one coaching. And this is where we create the magic. This is where you get to create that life. You get to rewrite your future. You get to decide what your future looks like. Send me a DM if you are being called to do that. And let's get this party started. Let's tap into that magic, baby. I hope you have an amazing week, and thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for listening. If you love this episode, will you do me a favor and help spread the love? Go ahead and leave a 5-star review and share this episode on your Insta stories. If we aren't yet connected on Instagram, come follow me at Lesley & Co XO. And since everybody spells my name wrong, that's Lesley & Co XO. And leave me a line and say hi. Have an amazing day, beautiful, and we'll catch you next week.